Well, this is going to be fun. I'm going to ask Vince to ready the slide, but this is your first time on the couch. And by far the most controversial thing you've written for the Cannabist yet is a column titled, "Why Vaping is the Dumbest Thing Ever." And man, we got lots of feedback from this column, Wenzel.
Yes,
you weren't a fan of vaping, of vape pens, of the whole culture, so here you are. You know, go ahead and defend your stance on vaping and let us know if your opinion has changed at all on the subject.
Yeah, well, a lot of my friends vape, so I did get a lot of guff from my friends as well about that. They were like, you're saying I'm an idiot? I'm a bad person? I'm like, no, I'm not saying you're a bad person. Maybe you're an idiot, but you're not a bad person. but no, seriously, I mean, you know, it all kind of came about because vaping was the trend last year. The Oxford American Dictionary named it the word of the year. And so my original headline and thesis was, vaping is a trend that's evolved faster than the social etiquette has evolved with it to deal with it, and it's kind of like cell phone use or something. And I kind of generalized, and I probably should have been a little more specific just about vape pens. But you know, I think the original headline was vaping may be the trend of the year, but it's a problematic one. And not to throw you under the bus, but I remember you came to me.
Throw me under the bus, it's all good.
And you were like, can I change the headline to "Vaping is the dumbest thing ever"? And I was like, sure. And yeah.
And this is some insight into the whole process of how we put together a newspaper.
The sausage is messy as it's being made. So yeah, and as a result, I've gotten many emails. You know, the article has dozens and dozens of comments. It grows all the time. But, you know, I will say, I'm not saying, you know, vaping is dumb or people that do it are bad, whatever. It was more of a critique of the culture that just seemed kind of, I don't know, just kind of rude. And, you know, and people in the comments made a lot of good points. They're like, well, you know, do you smoke cigarettes? Do you know, smoke pot, the combustible pot with flame, flowers, stuff like that?
Right.
So, you know, don't be a hypocrite. That's worse for you. There's health effects here. There's reasons why it's helped people get off of, you know, cigarettes and get off of other things. And
yeah, more significant drugs.
Yeah, so I would say my stance on it has definitely softened, but it was intended to be kind of a provocative piece of, you know, the culture's just kind of cheesy. It's just people thinking, I think this local comic, Jordan Dahl, has a joke about like, some guy had some elaborate steampunky looking vape pen, and he acted like sarcastically impressed about it. He was like, are you a bounty hunter from the future or something? And it's like, you know, vaping's just really impressed with itself right now, so it seemed like easy pickings.
It is, and we haven't quite caught up. And I think you're right that your piece was specifically written from Colorado. Right. And other people were writing from, hey, we live in New York, and if we get caught on the street, that's a prison sentence with that much THC oil. And you were writing more about it. Oh, yeah, okay, it's been legal here for a while, and the sales have been going on for months, and it's kind of hideous. It's kind of maybe gross to be at a music venue and everybody around you, how did you put it, sucking on machines or something like that?
Yeah, they're electronic pacifiers.
Yeah, electronic pacifiers.
It's like you can't like pay attention to something for 2 seconds or, you know, hold a conversation or any attention or whatever. But like I said, my stance has softened on a little bit because people made a lot of good points, and, you know, it was a cultural critique.